Peace, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. This is Angela Jordan Perry, and it's been a little bit, a good while since I have gone live. Peace, peace, everyone. Hi there. This is Angela Jordan Perry, the homeschool director and owner of this Accountability Association Option 3. So it's been a little while since I have gone live. It's been a while. So, I guess I checked to make sure all is well. So I am live officially on here on Facebook. I'm going to give you all a few moments to come in. Thanks for joining in. I am going to get back in the swing of going live more often. I took a little hiatus, just just because I had a lot of content out there already, and I'm in contact with my members already. So as you come in, you all let me know where you're viewing from, where you are in South Carolina. If you're outside of South Carolina, let me know where you're viewing from. This is a post that you definitely want to share, so I'm going to ask you to hit the share button to get it out to other people. All right. So let me go ahead and dive in, let you know who I am first, and then we're going to dive into our conversation today. So I am Angela Jordan Perry, as I mentioned. I am a homeschool mom. I have been now for 20 years, 8 children, 3 have graduated out of homeschool, and 5 I'm still homeschooling, okay? And I make my home in the city of Greer, South Carolina. And as I mentioned before, I'm the owner, director, administrator of this Accountability Association Option 3, which is United Community of Homeschoolers Unlimited. Okay, so you can visit my website at uchunlimited.com and learn more about all the details. But today, what I wanted to talk about specifically is, I've been, let's see, 6 years, going on 7 years in April that I've had my organization here, where I give families legal status to home educate. That's basically what it is. I give families legal status to home educate their children. And there's some other things that have to be in place. I mean, you have to have a GED, you have to have a high school diploma, either or of course, anything higher than that. And then you can legally educate your own children, or the children that you are a legal guardian over. Okay, so I give you that legal status where under option 3 you have to join an accountability association. So that's what I am. You join my association. I then give you the paperwork. If you meet all the requirements of the law and you understand the option 3 law, then you can homeschool. And so this time of year, without fail, as I mentioned, it's going on 7 years that I've been in an association, or had been running and operating my association, that December and January kicks off again with lots of people wanting to home educate their children. It has happened without fail. I think for the most part, if I think about the statistic, most of the people have been those who their children are in K-12 or connections or just public school, and they, reach the completion of the first semester, and then they're like, okay, we're done. We're going to do something else, and they homeschool. So this time is uptick of new members. And so again, it is that time. I have had so many new members this week. Just this week alone is unbelievable. And so anyway, I thought I would come out because there's still a lot of people tagging me in conversations where there's people on Facebook who are interested in homeschooling and want to homeschool and all that type of thing. So I'm going to break this down for you, but I would like for you to hit the share button, please, and get it out. You just never know who of your friends on Facebook who are interested. I I had someone contact me. This was so odd, but it's so cool. I had someone contact me to consider homeschooling. Yeah, just the beginning of this week. They found a post that I posted in a group, a women's group here in South Carolina, that dated from 2018. 2018. They did a search, I guess, and found the post where I talked about homeschooling, and they contacted me and said, hey, I want to homeschool. How can I get started? So there's people trying to find information all over, so please hit the share. So if you are looking at this point, whether it's because you reached a semester of home public schooling, Connections Live, because of COVID, because of your children being online in front of the computer for 7 hours a day of doing schoolwork, whatever the case may be, and you're now ready to consider homeschooling your children, here's the things that you need to know, okay? Number one, as I mentioned before, long as you're in South Carolina, number one, you had to be in this state. Number two, if you indeed are wanting to homeschool under option three, I'll break that down. This won't be longer than about 10 minutes, okay? But look for my live videos. I'm going to start doing them regularly, quite regularly, and talk about a lot of different topics, okay? But number one, you're in South Carolina. Number two, you are the parent or legal guardian of the children in whom you're homeschooling. You can't be a sister or aunt or something like that and you want to homeschool your sister's children or something like that. You can't do that legally. There are some ways in which you can assist the mother of those children, and I'll go into that in another video. But long as you're the legal parent, the legal guardian, the parent, have a GED or high school diploma or higher, then we can enter this discussion and talk about homeschooling, okay? Home educating your children. Now, the law requires that you have 180 days in your school year. So whenever you become legal and start with me, then you will have a whole year in which you can home educate your children, okay? Or reach that 180 days. So if you were to start now, this is January 6th, and your children have been in public school this first semester, those days that they completed their first semester will count to that required 180 days, okay? Say they've already completed 90 days, 95 days, this first semester in public school, then you have the remaining of those days, equal up to 180 days that's required to reach in the year to do, okay? So you would have until August the 16th. If they start at public school August the 16th, you have until August the 16th, 2021 to complete that 180 days, okay? Now, after that, you have required subjects that you have to school in, which is math, science, reading, writing, and social studies. Those are the 5 subjects under option 3 that you must school in. You don't have to do them every day. They have to be in your school year, and you have the freedom to choose curriculum, and you have the freedom to choose which days you're going to school. There's no required number of hours in the day you have to school, and I'm going to do some videos. I'm going to break all of this down. So stay with me over the coming weeks, just stay with me and you will learn all of this information. So, and you'll find it on the YouTube channel as well. Okay, so stay posted and you will get all this broken down so that you can understand. All right, so other than those subjects, you have to teach math, science, social studies, reading, and writing. Those 5 subjects you have to school in the year. You don't have to do them every day. And you don't have a certain amount of hours in the day you have to school. So that's the beautiful thing, okay? It's so much freedom under option 3, homeschooling. I'm going to break down these options in another video, okay? Again, you'll find them here and on YouTube as I break all of this information down. Then the other part of the law that you have to do is maintain some records. You maintain these records, okay? Now the beautiful thing again about that is once you decide to home educate your children, you no longer are connected to public school. You don't have to report to public school. You don't have the end of the year testing that public school students are required. Okay, so it's so much freedom and so much more relaxing as you homeschool under option 3. Now, the paperwork part of it that you have to maintain is you have to keep a day-to-day journal of what you are doing with your children, what they're learning, okay? And then you also have to, just record any outings that you all complete, any things that you do according to those natures. Hopefully you all can hear me. I just realized I don't even have my earphones on. How about that? Hopefully you can hear me. Let's see. Hi. Let me see who's talking to me. Hi, Latoya. Hi, Rashonda. Hi, Heidi. Thank you all for joining in. No one told me, hey, I can't hear you or something. I had them right here in front on my desk, so hopefully you could hear me. So you are going to keep a journal that just you keep from day to day what you have done and what your student is learning. Number 2, you have to complete a biannual progress report. I generally tell my members, mid-year and the end of the year are great times to do this progress report. It's nothing major, and you're just going to report on how the student is doing in each of their subjects, okay? They're progressing, they're understanding well, or they're not understanding well, or we need to redo, fractions, or they're reading on their third grade, but they're reading on the fifth grade level, or they're reading on the first grade level if they're third grade. So you're just going to do a progress, how they're coming along, what challenges they have, and what you're working on, okay? Also, in part of your record keeping is to have a portfolio. So the portfolio is just some excerpts from different subjects. For example, in math, you would take out a few sheets of their math and put it in this portfolio. Some of their work from science and put it in this portfolio. If they're required to do a project, or you all went out on nature walk and pulled out some leaves, then you put that in the portfolio, okay? So the portfolio is, again, this is for your records, but it just shows that this child has been learning, they have been doing work, and here it is. If ever asked to see what they've been doing, or if you're ever audited, there you can pull out their portfolio and say, hey, here's their work. All right, so as you come in, just let me know where you're viewing me from. And Rashonda, thanks for letting me know you can hear me. I didn't even have on my earphones. We can hear you just fine. Thanks, Latoya. Yeah, that's your portfolio that you're going to maintain for each child. And if you have any questions, put them in the comment section and I will answer them. Again, here we go. Here's the chat. I was like, how do I see the chat on the computer? But you're going to do that. And then the last thing that you have to keep under the law is attendance. So keep your attendance, use a calendar, use a sheet of paper that shows each day that they have completed their work and that type of thing. And then, of course, the very last thing, those are all the things you have to keep and maintain in your records for each student. Okay. And then, of course, the very last thing is, not the last thing, it's actually the first thing, is if you have a GED or higher, GED, high school diploma or higher, then you go ahead and join an association. That is what I am, an accountability association. You connect with me for membership, you complete the application, and for membership approval. And if all is well, then most likely you will be approved for membership to homeschool your child legally under option 3 in the state. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, let me know. That's the gist of the law of option 3. And a lot of families, as I mentioned, are getting ready or have started or have signed up and registered with me so they can have legal status to homeschool, and many, many more who are wanting to do so. So stay tuned. I'm going to break this down. Literally what I need to do is just update all my videos that I have on YouTube. I mean, I cut my locks, I look different, everything's different, content is the same, but it's going to be a lot new information that's coming your way. Okay, all right, if you have any questions about any of that, let me know, and we'll go ahead and do some Q&A. I want to invite you all to go to my website at www.uchunlimited.com, and you can see some detailed information there. You can go to my YouTube channel at United Community of Homeschoolers Unlimited. There I have hundreds of videos about homeschooling. A lot of the content, nothing is new, no new information. So what you see there is current information. Nothing's out of date. Now, if you have some questions and some topics you want me to cover going forward as I start doing these lives, and I don't have a time, it's just when the day works out and I can do it, I'll do a live. So if you have any questions or any topics you want me to talk about, let me know. How about depression and homeschooling and COVID? Okay, so just being down and low and kind of blue and gloomy. I'm just, any subject that's on your heart and mind that you'd like for me to cover and talk about, I will be happy to do that. Okay, this is going to go up onto YouTube, so you all will be able to see this video recording again, and also it's here on Facebook. Okay, all right, thanks for joining in, and I will respond to any questions. Even if you see this on replay, let me know that it's replay, and I'll dive in with answers to your questions. Okay, peace and blessings to all of you. Take care.